Mug to be with News 24. I'm Julian Milner and here are the top headlines. 3 mentally insane lunatics have escaped from a prison in Otley. They are causing havoc and many people are worried. Other news, Ford workers are going on strike and it seems to be a major crisis for the company. Other news in Otley, a major flood has erupted in River Wharf. As it's the top season for floods, this is a serious problem that many people are worried about. Also, the Shering has a new country. So let's just see. The main story today is that the 3 mentally insane lunatics have escaped from Hyroids in Otley. Hyroids is going to be closing down and management hasn't been its best for many years. This is a serious crisis of course and many people are worried. The 3 lunatics are Kurt Stoddart, Benson and James Adams. They are the most mentally insane people in Hyroids and have been put in prison many times. They butchered and even cannibalised 36 people. That's a serious problem. And today in the studio is now the psychiatrist of Hyroids, Edward Woosnam of the Savages, and also Callum Campbell, the DCI of Leeds. The first question is going to be for Callum. How much of a threat are these people to the Leeds town area and Otley?
Oh yes, they are a major threat. And if you dare to see them, do not approach them under any cost. Otherwise you're putting your life at risk.
A question to Eddie now. What past experiences have you had with the the mental patients? Which ones? Kurt Stoddart, Benson and James Adams. Very volatile. Very volatile. Sorry, there's somebody over there who's causing havoc. It doesn't really matter at the moment. We've got a question to both of you. Is anyone actually going to catch them, do you think? No. Callum?
Depends.
What are your team's boys doing?
So get the army onto them.
So what are your team actually doing? It doesn't seem to me that you're actually doing much because, you know...
Well then you're right, aren't you?
Supplying nerve gas to the citizens from the sewers.
That's not a really good idea. The second story today, Ford workers are going on strike. This is serious problems for everybody because the workers do actually make the cars in Bath Stang in Leeds. We now have on the line the manager of Ford, who employs all the workers. Is Richard Branson on the line?
Yes, I'm here.
We have a few questions for you from the news teams and from people, and actually from workers. What does this mean for Ford? I mean, what is going to happen to Ford?
Well, we'll try and recover from this as soon as possible and then get back online and start producing cars again.
How many people have you actually lost?
Well, at the moment we've only lost a few. We've lost about 500 workers at the moment.
One of the main questions that we've actually had from a viewer is very interesting. It's how much money do you actually expect to lose from this?
Well, it's impossible for me to tell you at this precise moment, but we predict it'll be somewhere in the region of about £100,000.
It's a lot of money to lose. And what will happen to the car production? How long do you reckon that this will go on for? How many years or months or weeks will this problem go on for?
Well, we're trying to put a stop to it as soon as we can, and all we can hope for is that the workers will cooperate with us and come back as soon as possible.
I've got one more question. What are the strikers on strike for?
Well, they say that conditions and not enough pay really at the moment is the main aspects of it.
I don't think this is a bit of a flaw from Ford and yourself.
Slightly, yes.
Right. Thank you, Richard Branson. You own many companies. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm here today at Ford headquarters in London. Usually there's around 500 odd people working here tirelessly, trying to get their cars manufactured in time for the latest sales, but not today. Many workers have gone on strike, complaining about the low pay that they are retaining. So this is a very bad thing for Ford. It's estimated that about £100,000 has been lost from this dimping performance. So, what will happen to Ford?
Other news today. A major flood has erupted in the River Wharfe. The weather recently has been terrible with many storms as it is summer. The problem is pretty drastic. Many houses on the side of the River Wharfe has been flooded. People putting up sandbags, and Dunnies, which is near the River Wharfe, has been completely flooded. They're going to lose a lot of money. Many birds are obviously in gardens of people's houses because the river is flooded. It's estimated to be about 3 centimetres. Cars are completely blocked off, so I wouldn't go over there. We're now going to go live to our correspondent who's at the scene, quite far away because he's not actually allowed in the main scene because policemen won't let him. Surprise, surprise. We're now going to go to other news, a bit more subtle this time. The Chevin, as we all know, is a fantastic place, but now it's being redone. Many of the trees have been fallen down, and the wildlife isn't there anymore. But there's a huge reserve plan that will actually bring back the animals and the plants. Which is a huge, huge job. Also, we have today with us the Chief Forester of the Chevin, Jip Branson. Hi, Jip. Can you tell us a bit about the Chevin?
Well, there is lots of wildlife there. And if you destroy the wildlife, then the animals will die and, well, they won't have anywhere to stay for anything.
What do you think about the reintroduction of some of the animals that may even kill some of the animals that are there now?
Well, it depends what type of animals you're going to reintroduce.
Birds of prey and preying things.
Well then, yes, that would get rid of lots of mice and that are very delicate and endangered. And badgers, hunters will hunt the badgers.
Yeah, stuck me there. Now, that's the main headlines, and I want to go over to the main headlines of the sport. Richard Fawcett.
Thank you, Julian. Top stories today. Nuneaton Borough have controversially won the coveted FA Cup trophy after beating Manchester United 4-3 on penalty shootout, after a full-time score being 1-1. Also, in other news, cricket. Marcus Trescothick has 425 against West Indies at Lords. England now lead the series by 2-0 and won this test by 7 wickets. And finally, the Washington Redskins have won the Super Bowl after beating the Chicago Bears 28-11. That's all for now. Back to Julian.
Well, that's the end of BBC News 24. Don't forget, you can always catch the news on News at 10 and News at 12 on BBC 2 and BBC 1. But now we're going to leave you with a few outtakes from the past year. Hope you enjoy this. We sure have. Oh, sorry, did I drop something? We now have in the studio the Chief Forester of the Chevin, Jip Branson. Hello, welcome to today's news. I'm going to entry that was Sunday. Well, it's the end of the news, but we're going to leave you. Sorry. You have the news in there, is it?
Hey, well, we are.
Rolling. We're rolling.
Alright. Today's Lord, sake. Hi. Other news today. My laptop isn't working. Okay. Get someone to fix it now.
Wait, no!
No, just kidding. It's National Dictionary Day today. That's why I've got my dictionary today. Other news. The chicken leg disease will be spreading in Europe. The whole point. This is a major event that needs some
You two, get off him!
Mechanic's coming now. Bob. Just to notify you, news updates will be on News 10, which will commence in an hour's time. This is BBC 24. So, yeah, if you can. Okay, well, then if I've got some notes here, hello and welcome to BBC News 24. I'm Julian Milner and here are the top headlines. 3 mentally insane.
Hello and welcome to the weather. As you can see, it's going to be sunny over most parts of Great Britain and Ireland, except for Manchester, where it's going to be down. There's going to be a light Mediterranean wind coming in from the east, but a cold Pacific wind coming in from the west. Thank you.
British weather, sponsored by Pilkington.
I am in Otley in West Yorkshire, and as you can see, it's tipping it down with snow behind me. Conditions have been like this for the past 5 minutes, and it is beginning to become a bit of a hazard. The gritters are out sweeping the roads. Goodbye.
That is all.